17 millimeters. The lug nuts are the stud lug nuts. Wheel stuck, just give it a kick. Alright, they say that you can loosen this bolt and knock down the knuckle and not have to disconnect the whole wheel knuckle and take off this caliper. So we're going to try that. Even though I prefer to remove the whole knuckle and do it outside the vehicle, we're just going to try to leave the knuckle attached to the lower control arm. See if we can get this out of here. See how well it goes out and comes back in. So you got your brake hose. Pull your brake hose out. ABS sensors. Okay, we're gonna take out the sway bar leak. Hopefully we can get it without having to put some vice grips on the back of it. Sprayed it with some spray. Got my 1/2-inch impact on there. And that's a no-go. So there's not much room for the upper sway bar link, so I come around and I unhook the lower one. And it's gonna be an H5 bit. H5 that fits right into there, 16 millimeter wrench, and you might have to heat yours up and get it really hot and it'll break it free. I'm also going to take off the tie rod end. This one is really rusty, so I'm going to heat it up. I let it soak a minute. I'm going to heat it up with a torch. I heated it up with a torch and it came right off, but now it's stuck inside there. So what you want to do is you want to hit this with a hammer. Beat the crap out of it and this will drop down. So what I do so I do not lose my nuts is I put it right back onto that tie rod end. This way, some of these nuts look the same, but they might be threaded differently. So just put it right back on there. The same goes with the sway bar link. Just put your nut on there. Make sure you get a couple good threads on there so it don't fall off. That way you know where it is, you know where it goes. Next step, we're going to take out this bolt on the knuckle that holds the strut in. Sprayed it down. It is a 18 millimeter. Come out of there, but unfortunate thing is that the bolt didn't spin, so that means it's stuck in there. So I'm gonna spray that down and try tap it out and see if we can get it to come out of there. So what I did is I sprayed the back of the knuckle because in there's an opening and water gets in there and it rusts this bolt. Tap this a few times. I tap gently, not too hard, because you don't want to damage the threads. You don't want to damage your nut. Then I come back here and I hit it with my impact and just moved it a little bit left, a little bit right, and then I went back and tapped it again. Then come back here and spun it, and then eventually it spun loose. Now that we got the bolt out, we can see why it was stuck. Is because this center piece right here is where the corrosion builds up. So we're gonna clean that up, spray it down. Now we can tap the knuckle with a hammer and see how it does. Make sure we keep an eye on our CV axle that there's not too much tension on it. We don't want to pull a boot. Just give it a couple of taps. Just come right out of there. Now the only thing we gotta do to get the strut out is these 3 nuts, which there's nothing in the way on both sides. The hard part is done. So when you got the new strut in and you tighten these things down, a little pro tip is do not over torque these things. They will break. I broke several of them from this little bitty drill. So these are just made out of some cheap composite metal, or it's not steel all the way through. They snap in half. So earlier I said the hard part is over. That actually was a lie. This part is really hard sometimes. What you could do is you can line it up on this and put a jack underneath here and jack it up. I got one jack. I have a bottle jack and I have a jack stand. So I'm gonna see what I'm gonna MacGyver over here to make this work.